My name's Denise McCabe and this is my Makeup Monday for this week. I'm a demonstrator, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on the New South Wales Central Coast in Australia. And thank you for joining me. Happy New Year to everyone too. Today I'm going to show you a one sheet wonder technique, stamping a sheet of A4. I follow a lady in America called Lisa Freeman, and she does amazing work and she's really good at these one sheet wonders. So I thought I'd give it a go. I copied one of hers the other day and it's in the polished pink, and that's a bit too bright for me but I just wanted to do what she'd done, and then I thought I could work around with colors that I like better. And then I copied another one that she'd done recently. She had used different colors to this, but this was my take on it. Probably there's really no right way up with this. This one she cut into smaller pieces and made cards. I haven't quite finished those cards off yet. When I turn my phone around I can show you, but the one we're going to do today is, this was the one I copied from her in the hot pink. I'll turn my light off, that might be a bit better. I love this ribbon, but yeah, I just wanted to see what they'd look like in hot pink, and then I want to create them again in the colors that are more me. These ones I put onto the polished pink card base straight on, and these ones I cut down a little bit more and put them onto Whisper white card base with a polished pink layering mat. So I've also embossed that one with the Hive embossing folder. I think it takes away some of the detail. There's one here I embossed with time worn type, and that's really nice. And these two I didn't emboss at all, I just put them on. Now I haven't cut out the circles, I've just realized so I'll have to do that whilst you're watching, and of course I can't do embossing before I've done the stamping. So I shall put my phone up into the holder and we'll get started. Okay, so this was the one I did the other day and cut it up into small strips. I didn't cut it very well because I've got these little panels left over, but these will be the cards that I'm going to complete with them. So I've crinkled up that's a combination of crinkled and crumpled some of the DSP, and that's from the is it In Good Taste, is that what it's called, that double pack that got carried over, and some of them I left nice and straight. So I've got to put a sentiment on them and some ribbon or embellishments. So I'll move that out of the way. These are the cards as I showed you a little minute ago. So those two aren't embossed, these two are embossed. That's with time worn type, and that's with the new Hive 3D embossing folder, which I think takes away from all the stamping, but it's nice to have a play. So I shall get some cardstock. So I will move these to one side and see how we go. So got some scrap paper here because I do want to do a bit of stamping off as well. That goes with that. So the stamp sets we're going to use are the new one coming, Flowing Flowers, Quiet Meadow, and Blessings of Home, which is another new one that's coming. So I'm going to get this one out. And what else do we need out of Flowing Flowers? I think that's all. And I'm going to get this word one out of Quiet Meadow. You could also use Very Basales, the words in that. That would also work. It's not long enough, that's that block. I want this one as well, so I shall grab that. What else do I want? I think that would do for the moment. So I shall start with the words. I'll just make sure it's straight on my block. And I'm going to stamp it a few times and stamp it off. And if it is a bit crooked, it doesn't really matter. I'll just make sure that's in view. Oh yes, that's all good. It's just a really interesting way of stamping, really. And I'll put one there. I think that might be enough for the words, so I'll put that over there. And that was in Sahara Sand. Now, I'm going to do in Balmy Blue, I'm going to get this flower out of Blessings of Home. And I'm going to stamp it off. Actually, it's not that dark really, is it? Maybe I won't. I might not. Let's stamp it off and see what it looks like. Oh, that's all right. I will stamp it off. Because that's just sort of going to be hiding, you know, in the background. Some of them are darker than others, but that doesn't matter. So that was Balmy Blue. This is Misty Moonlight. And I'm going, oh, here it is. And I'm going to stamp this one. And I'm going to stamp it again. Stamp it off. I think the stamping off is the key with this technique, because you get sort of varying shades. I'll leave that there for the moment because I think I'm done with that one. And now I've got Soft Succulent. And I'm not going to get all the way down on the stems. I'm just going to sort of do what I want. And this is sort of just filling in the gaps. Now, I didn't press down hard enough there, so that was a bit silly. And I've got some shadow there, but don't worry, we can cover that up. Ah, I don't know if that's coverable. It's because I'm sort of a bit anxious as to how it's going to turn out. I think that would be probably enough. I might do one here, and I might put one over here. That's going to be hard to cover. Not really. I could probably cover it with another big blue flower. Let's have a go at that. There's really no right or wrong with this sort of stamping. I'm just going to put my paper underneath here. That covers that up a little bit. I don't know. That was the worst one. This one's coverable. And I might just put another one up here. Fill in a few more. Actually, that could have a full strength one in there. I feel I'm just thinking I might do another full strength one here, and maybe another one up here to cover up that not very good stamping. There we go. So that's that. And now we come to the dots to fill in any gaps. So let me just clean the words off. Wonder if I need any more words. No, I don't think so. So we'll put the dots onto this, and I've got crumb cake. Now I could have used Night of Navy, but I didn't. Oh, I know what else I've got to use. There's a little flower. That's right. Now the dots I didn't do in crumb cake. I did them in soft succulent, but I think they're going to be better in this. Yes. So it's just really interesting to do, and you sort of think, oh my god, this is going to be a hot mess. And it actually turns out really good. So I hope everyone had a happy new year, celebrated the beginning of the new year, and hopefully it'll be a better year, COVID wise. Now I'm just going to stamp off now and put a few lighter ones randomly placed, just filling up any white patches out of the way. Here, we had a quiet new year. We just went down to the local waterfront and took our little puppy, went for a walk, and had some fish and chips. So that was nice. And yesterday we went to the beach with our little doggy and had a lovely day at the beach. I think that's pretty much done for that. I might put one more down here. And then I'm going to get this teeny tiny flower out of Quiet Meadow. And I might get Sahara sand back. So I've got these stamps to clean now, so I'll just have a little practice there. And I'm just going to dot these around carefully, not to do the get the shadow anywhere. You can stamp it off if you prefer. It's just making a collage really of stamping. It's really fun to do, because you sort of think, I won't do any more, I've done too much. And then you think, oh, but I could put one in here. I'll put one down here now. Let me see, do I need to put any? I'll put one there. Do I need to put anything else? I think that's enough. We don't want to go overboard. Okay, so I will just take a minute to clean off my stamps and get them out of the way. so that I don't put other cardstock on top of them. So our little dog Rosie, she loves the beach. She had the best time and she loves to swim. She swims out to us or with us. And she was exhausted last night. So I'll just pop this back in here. There we go. And what's this one? This one comes from Quiet Meadow. As I said, you could use the Very Versailles words, scripty words, if you wanted to. But I just wanted to stick to the 2 stamp sets. An older one that's been in the catalogue, the annual catalogue, and then this new one, the Flowing Flowers, that's coming. And actually, I used 3, didn't I? Blessings from Home. Silly me. Yeah, I didn't want to do 4. That's why I stuck with the script from Quiet Meadow. So, there we go. So that's all those back. Put these in here. Okay. Now, I'll do them on Night of Navy card base. Oh, not Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, sorry. I'll just make up 2 to show you. And we have all this ready. I'm in summer holiday mode, aren't I? Not being completely prepared. Sorry about that. I try to be, but didn't quite happen. And now I've got to cut the I won't cut that yet. I want to cut the scallop circle out. So just cut a strip down like that. And I also want to cut a 1-inch strip by 4 inches. By 4 inches. I'll cut 2 of those. So I shall get my layering circle dies. They're in here somewhere. There they are. And I'll also get the Time Worn type embossing folder out ready. So I will need my big emboss machine, cut emboss machine. So if any of you live close by to me, I'm having a launch next Saturday, the 8th of January at 1:30. We will be making 2 projects. That's the one I want. Did I bring the other? No, I didn't. Yeah, we'll be making a couple of projects, and I've got a lucky door prize, and also the small mini cut emboss machine is also a prize for anybody who brings a friend with them or places a $50 or over order or books a workshop. So they're the 3 things you need to do to go in the draw for the mini cut emboss machine. You can do all 3 You'll get a ticket for each. So that's next Saturday, the 8th of January. So please let me know if you're wanting to come, so I can put your name down and have enough project kits prepared. That'd be really great. Now I'm just going to move this away so I can do the embossing. So I'll put that there for a minute, and I will cut up my cardstock. So the best way to do this is cut it in half, exactly in half. Now I cut it the same size as a card base, as like a card, and then I can trim it down. So, and then 10.5. And then I will take 1/2 centimetre off all around it. I think I'll take half off this side. And I might take half off the bottom to make it 10. And this one I might take it off this side. So 14.4 to make your card front. And maybe off the top, make it 10. This is such an easy way to make cards up quickly. So I will emboss one of these with the time-worn type. I have trouble saying that and remembering it as well. So I'll put this one in here. Oh, before I do that, I want to blend over it. Is that my blue brush? Is it coming? Yeah. I might need to get a bit more ink onto it. But I don't want too much. Just a little hue in the background. And I'll do this one as well. Should really do that when it's all one sheet, but I forgot. I've got another week off work. I'm so excited about that. I'm not going to want to go back. I really am not going to want to go back. Maybe not for long. And then I can do this full time. That'd be nice. Okay. So I shall keep that handy because I do need to do something else with it. So I shall put this one into the embossing folder, and it's time-worn type. And get my big emboss machine back because I need the big one for this embossing folder to go through. If you notice in the catalogue, the dies and the embossing folders have a little notation beside them for which ones fit through the mini cut emboss machine. And there's quite a lot. So I've been busy making up lots of samples for my launch of upcoming products. And that's been lots of fun whilst I've been on holidays. But not in my craft room every single day. Okay, so that's the other half of the sheet that I've still got to play with. So let's bring this back in. I'll get rid of that for a moment. And this is the new January host code. So the new catalogue goes live on Tuesday the 4th of January and celebration. So with a $90 order, you'll get to choose a free celebration product. If you don't already have a catalogue, I mailed quite a few out to customers. Just let me know and I can mail one out to you. Okay, so that's our embossed one, and that's our non-embossed one. Okay, so I'm going to just put them straight down because the circles and the Misty Moonlight thing beneath it will be raised up. Oh, I can't get it. There we go. So see how nice that is? Okay, so embossed with the time worn type. It's really nice. So these are more my colours, the blues, a little bit more subtle. I don't mind the hot pink, but it wouldn't be my first choice. And this one. My poor old mum is back in lockdown in her nursing home facility. A couple of days after Christmas, somebody had visited that was COVID positive with the new Omicron variant. So they actually can't even leave their room, which is so sad. Poor mama. Anyway. So I speak to her every day. So this is the Treasured Tags punch, and I've cut these at 1 inch, so I'm going to just feed, come on, in you go, feed them into the, make sure it's straight in the back of the punch, and punch it, and then the other end. I haven't got the banner picker punch. I'm gonna get that. That's on my next order. I could do this one on this side. Is that straight? Yep. So yeah, I've been watching a few people use the banner picker punch, and I thought, oh, I don't really need that. I can just make a banner with my scissors. But you know what? I'm going to get it. So that's the Treasured Tags punch, and you get 2 different styles of endings, and they're 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1 inch. So you kind of get 6 punches in one. Okay, get rid of those. Now, I will just get my bone folder and just smooth that down. Even with a new cutting blade, I seem to get an edge where I cut, but my bone folder flattens it out, so it's fine by me. I don't mind. Okay, so I'm going to just put some snail on this and make sure it's centered. Oops. I think that's centered. And straight. That's the other thing. Make sure it's straight. Oops. Make sure it's straight and centered. Oh, that just went down a bit crooked. Up you come. There we go. Okay, so they're ready for the little discs. So I'll bring this one back in. But what I want to do is I want to get the big flower out again of Flowing Flowers and put that on my block. There we go, move my punch away. And I am going to stamp it off so it's not too overpowering. There we go. That's that. And then I'm going to... Now, what colour will I stamp the greeting in? That's going to be the thing. Just a bit of blending over the top. That looks quite nice. And if you want the edges done, just get your brush and flick the edges. This scrap paper I'm using is my calendar from last year. I went to throw it out the other day and I thought, you know what, the back of that could be very handy. So I chopped it up and it's going to be my scrap paper for a while. It cost me nothing. Well, it cost me the price of the calendar last year. Nothing really. Okay, so I'm just wondering what colour I should stamp my greeting in. I wonder whether the soft succulent would show. I think it would, because it kind of shows quite well there. So now I've got to work out what greeting I want. I used various greetings on these cards that I made, but I can never find the right way this goes back in. There we go. I'm always twisting it around and turning it. I'm just looking. I don't know if that would fit. Time for a happy dance. It's a funny thing to say, but I might just try that one. I won't put it on both. Whoops. Well, I haven't mounted that one very well, have I? When you're stamping onto a circle, though, it doesn't really matter, because you can just, you know, cock it the right way. I will get the Best Year Yet stamp set out, because that's got some really good greetings, and the soft succulent looks quite nice. So, hip hip hooray, yeah. That's a good one. Like that. Close that up. It's always nice to have some nice greeting sets. Okay, move this out of the way, and I shall put these up on dimensionals. Oh, look at that. Didn't realise I'd run out. Well, not really run out, but it was down to the edges. Oops, that's not a very big one. I'll put one in the middle. So, get off. Okay, hip hip hooray. I'm going to put that right there. And this one, time for a happy dance. I won't be happy dancing when I have to go back to work. I'm crying. Time for a happy dance. There we go. I really like this ribbon. So it's just a little bit tricky to tie a bow, but we can do it. We will do it. Oops. Here we go. The lady I follow, Lisa Freeman, she does these amazing bows that she's taught herself from watching Tammy Wilson, is it? I think that's who it is. And they're so cool. And she's got these tweezers that stay together, like, and I'm sure I've got some, like they clamp down, they're like reverse tweezers. And I'm sure I've got some somewhere, but I can't find them for the life of me. But yeah, that helps her make these bows, and they're so cool. Now what I do with this ribbon is I snip up here like so, and that just gives it a bit more interest. And I get a glue dot. Where are you, glue dot? There you go, there you are. Don't you get away from me. And yeah, it just sort of, if you snip up, it just gives it a bit more interest. Let me have a look. Maybe I'll do it on this side. And if it's a bit long, just snip it off. That's not too bad, that side. That's that one. I will use the same ribbon. So that's been the one that was embossed. I've got to try and not waste as much ribbon when I'm making bows. But sometimes it doesn't work. Oops, that's not worked really well. I've got to get this one out. There we go. This is in the annual catalogue, this ribbon. I cannot recall what the exact name of it, but it's so cool. It's all meshy and sparkly and pretty. So I will have to waste a little bit, and I'll chop up there. And is that too big? I will trim it down later. And I'll get a glue dot and put that one on this side. Yes, it is too big, too long. So I shall, there we go. That's pretty. So the other thing I want to do is get some bling. From my bling tin. I put the in colour bling on these ones, but I don't think that will work. Maybe just rhinestones, just good old rhinestones will look lovely. I think so. I'll use my old pick tool if I can't drop it on the floor. So we might do one big one, maybe here, and maybe over this side, and smaller ones somewhere else. And I put one up here, one up over here, and I must have put one somewhere else. Oh, down there. Yeah, I could do that. Here we go. Now there's one more thing I want to do, and that's do some Winker Stella splatter. It's hard to see on camera, but it's really cool. and I've got a new pen. There we go. So I have already splattered that one, so I will not splatter. I will not splatter here. So it's this one I want. I just squeeze, not too much, just enough to get it going. Oh, and that was probably too much. And then just hit it over your cards, and you get like a shimmer mist happening. So that there are a couple of blobs here which I'm not happy about. So just, that's because it came out too quickly. There we go. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So there, I could do some inserts. I'll just do one because she's probably sick of watching me. So shall just do one insert, and we'll get this one out again. And the Misty Moonlight. That's nice. That's blooming well. I'll do the blending first, hey? I didn't wait long enough for it to dry. And I do not like blurry, smudgy cards. Okay, so, and then we'll get a snail. Don't know if that's my husband or the neighbour, the other neighbour next door hosing, but it's making a funny noise. Okay, there we go. So that's Make It Monday for this week. So I shall put that away. I'll put this away. What do you think? They're cool, aren't they? You sort of think it's going to be like just a hot mess when you start doing it. And like when you've got your whole sheet, you sort of think, oh God, this is going to be disastrous. But once you sort of cut it up, and bit of ribbon, bit of bling, bit of splatter. So these were the pink ones. Not sure about the pink ones. And these two pink ones I did on Whisper White card with a pink background. And that's with the Hive embossing folder. It's a beautiful embossing folder, but I think it takes away from all the stamping on this particular technique. And that's just not embossed at all. That's just plain. So what do you think? Have a go. They're really fun to do. Just a matter of getting your colours together and making sure you've got, you know, the colours that you want. These are nice, but I think I like these better. Anyway, thanks for watching me. Please respond and tell me if you want to come to my launch next Saturday, the 8th of January, if you're local. I'd love to have you, and it's just going to be a fun afternoon. No stress, no pressure. Cup of tea or coffee, and having a look at some new products. So thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.